Hello everybody, what is up? Today I thought to try something different. Um, I thought that I would do a Minatory tutorial because there are so many videos when I first started out and I didn't know what the hell to do. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. That's besides the point. So I thought I would do maybe a rundown of some of my project files that at my release from the Ignorance EP, and I will show you almost everything because there are no tutorials. But anyway, so I'm gonna load that up and I hope this tutorial helps you. Thank you. Alright, so I've decided that I will go to the first track I will do is the Ignorance track, the title track of my EP, my last EP. So I'll go ahead and I'll play the bass and I'll show you what it sounds like, and I will do my best to run it down. I'm sorry if it's confusing. I am very much not like an expert when it comes to this, but yeah, let me play this for you guys. But yeah, that's basically the bass that you hear throughout most of this track. So a lot of this is resample. I'm telling you, when I first started out, I tried doing Serum, but I eventually started steering away. I mean, I don't, oh my fucking brain. Anyway, messing up my speech, but, I'm not saying you shouldn't use Serum. I'm just saying this is how I do it. There's definitely no rules. There's no rules to Minatory. So I will show you what this sounds like without any effects at all. Oh, it's not everything. It looks like there's a ton of layering. I promise it's a lot more simple. I will run this down. So yeah, as you could tell, those are all basses from the past that I have made, and I have just run more effects on it. So I will now show you guys what I did to achieve this sound. I'm sorry if my explanation isn't very good. I will try my very best because I know how hard it is to like find any Minatory tutorials, any sound design. It's all death step. So first of all, okay, let me show you guys what the first layer is. It sounds like that. It sounds like shit, pretty much, without all the effects. So I'm going to turn on the effects chain. Okay, that's one of the effects chains, but let's turn them all on because I've got it routed through 3 buses here as I'll play it. So the sound is completely different now. So let me show you guys what I've done. Alright. So I use Patcher because the reasoning is you can do some really crazy stuff for, you know, routing, triple routing, whatever. You can do crazy stuff as you can hear. I mean, it's more freedom. It's like a painting. But anyway, so first of all, I use Camel Crusher. I recommend it. I'm sure if you're a death step producer, you already got it, so that's out of the way. Soundgoodizer. If I use FL, obviously. So I use Soundgoodizer to bring the sound up, and it compresses it. I don't really know the logistics behind it. I'm no professional, as I've said. So it looks like I've had it's been a while since I opened this project, so excuse me if I like sound stupid. So I've routed it twice, and I've got it going through Snap Heap with what looks like to be an ensemble. So what that's gonna do is it's probably gonna like make the sound more around you. So like, you know, you can tell the sound is very wide, and I think the ensemble is doing that. Or maybe not. Well, maybe it helps. Maybe it's the reverb. As you can tell, I mean, I don't know much. So, you know, distortion, you know, main thing, Minatory spam. I spam it, you know. Comb filter. doesn't seem to be doing very much because it looks like I don't have it going. Because when you just keep stacking effects like I do, it's just gonna get more and more, whatever. But okay, Homicide, great plugin. I recommend it for Minatory. Multi-band distortion. I just play around with it. If you've tried Trash 2, it's basically that, but just the multi-band distortion part. Great plugin for Minatory and all. So, okay, now here's the fun part, because without this EQ, I wish I could find a way to bypass it. Just give me a second. Okay, now I have bypassed, or quote-unquote bypassed. I've just routed everything past the parametric, whatever the hell, EQ. And, this is what it sounds like without. It sounds ass now, because, you got all the notch filters in here, and it's going to make it sound better. So let me reroute this. So I have now turned it back on, so it's, there is a huge difference, and I EQ the living, I EQ the living crap out of my basses. I use it for, tone. It can very much affect tone. If you cannot get a tone that you're liking, I usually just screw around with an EQ. Again, another Camel Crusher to distort the hell out of it, more EQing. So it looks like I brought down the PRS, because it hurts your ears like terrible. It does not sound good. Anyway, G clip to keep it from, going over here. So that's the first one. So it looks like I brought in some more layers. It's just really, let's see. Oh, these aren't, okay, this is the main bass. That's my bad. It looks like I've put this 3 times, so we're just not going to worry about the layer yet. So Patcher, okay. Wow, yeah, so this is ridiculous. Just give me a second. Alright, I've made it more, easier to look at. So it's not like, what the hell am I looking at? More EQ. I brought up the bass because, the rumble. I like the rumble and Minatory basses. Again, this is another subjective thing. If you want to use a sub, you can use a sub bass. If you want to distort the living hell at the bottom end of your bass, you can. Just one note is that it can sound shitty live, I think. So there's a warning for that. But anyway, so again, I used WoW filter here. See if I can load it. So this is really good for the, common Minatory sound, like Moth. I think he uses it in his older stuff. Like, you hear that dip. So I can show you with Span here. Right here. It puts a big dip through the bass, and that can give it tone. Again, that's another subjective thing. If you want to feel that dip with other sounds like layering, it can definitely help with the full mix instead of it just being like a dip throughout the entire mix. But it's whatever. I don't really have any rules when it comes to Minatory, but you do you, basically. There's no rules, because this is a very experimental genre. I mean, if you want it to sound good, then, follow what you know. But anyway, Homicide again for more distortion, multi-band distortion. So, I mean, I can show you what it does. It's been a little bit since I've used this. Alright. Oh, my bad. I have not used this in... Dude, there's a huge difference. You, start touching stuff, and it's already different. It's a complete different sound. Like, I'd have to Control Z it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this is just a showcase. So, Homicide's really good for, again, tone. I'm be completely honest with you. I don't know what half of this stuff does. I just mess with things until it sounds good. I'm just trying my best to explain to you how I do my sound design. Okay, now, here's the weird part. You're probably like, why do you have 3 things going on to Soundgodizer? And I'll tell you why I do this. Okay, so we have the main sound here that is EQ'd, and it's going to bring it through Homicide, and it's going to bring it to Soundgodizer. Here's the untouched sound, because, there's nothing through here. You can also change the volume. It goes into Soundgodizer again, of course. It goes through the WoW filter, and it brings it all together into one big sound, okay? This is why I really, really like, Patcher. I mean, again, it's whatever. If you don't like Patcher, that's all good. You can just use the thing here, but it's definitely something I discovered that has made my sound design easier because it's more free. Once you get used to it, you're like, wow, I wish I did this before. But anyway, so yeah, you got your sound here. It brings it in here. Looks like I used a convolver. So convolver here, I haven't touched this yet. So convolver is a sound that I had never heard of until I heard someone talk about it in the scene. And when I started using convolver, I got Trash 2. And Trash 2 changed everything for me. Trash 2. If you do not have Trash 2, you need to get it. They've deleted it. Because, they've gotten rid of it, which sucks. But there are definitely alternatives to, like, Omnicide or, like, Inconvolution EZ. It's just, like, all of that put into one. And that's why I love that plugin. But anyway. Convolver. So Convolver, it can really add tonality. It is great. Here, let me show you what it does. So again, completely different sound altogether. It's great. I recommend Convolution. You want to use the bass reverb, use bass reverb. I mean Convolver. Work, brain. Yes, but use Convolver for more tonality. Tonality. That is what's important with distorted basses, because you are running a sound and it's just going to be white noise if you don't have some sort of, convolution going on to give it more tone. Okay, anyway, that's Convolver, basically. You can go look up tutorials or what a Convolver is. I don't really know much, but, Anyway, Dumpster Fire. So this is just some weird plugin by Freak Show Industries. It's pretty cool. Here, I'll just screw around and tell you how much it changes the sound. Okay, what's happening? That is my bad. I had it muted. So anyway. Anyway, again, when I make my basses, I'm trying to figure out how to get a different tone. I'm not ever like... It's always about tone, and I could tell you, sometimes it can be very difficult. I mean, if you've not done this before. But yeah, Dumpster Fire, it's just a filter, basically. You could look on their website, it'll tell you, Freak Show Industries. Okay, Trash 2, so this is like my go-to. I spam this shit on all of my basses. Anything you've heard, there is definitely Trash 2. Probably more instances of Trash 2 you'll ever think of. Probably so much that it'll crash my PC. I love Trash 2. So, the reasoning is just look at all of these options for Convolver. Then you go into distortion, like, it's great. It's amazing. I love Trash 2. I wish I could link to it, but it's been deleted. Okay, so Camel Crusher again, it distorts it. And, after it distorts it and shit, it splits again, goes into Sound Godizer. So this can be a really interesting thing. I've noticed with Minatory with Patcher, of course, is when you route this, you can get different tones, and I'll show you. Okay, did I mute it again? So you're probably like, what's that weird sound? I mean, that's the Convolver. So this can definitely, I mean, it's not really doing what I was trying to explain to you guys, but it can definitely add tonality, but sometimes it can sound like ass. So that's probably why I had it so low. It was compressing it double twice. KHS gate. Man, okay, this just basically, keeps it from, like, having, like, all the artifacts and bullshit, Camel Crusher again, just spamming the life out of it, more EQ, like, doing the same EQ pattern. I'll go in more in depth for that for you guys in a little bit, and the G clip again. So, I mean, it's very much a wash, rinse, repeat for me. Now, you're probably wondering why did I route this 3 times? It's because I abuse sound design. I'm going to be for real with you. I abuse sound design. I always abuse sound design. So let me show you. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. It looks like, so Trash 2 again, more tone, mess around. all I can say for figuring out Minatory basses is to mess around, because it's very much a melded, like you're puttying or putting something together with clay, you know. Yeah, okay, I'm making sure my mic was recording, but yeah, you know, very much a melded thing. So it's not gonna be like, oh, a lot of the times when I'm making my basses, I'm going to like, I want to make this kind of bass, but it's always some bass that's like I never thought I'd make, you know, stereo. So this just, you know, increases stereo. All right, what did I do now? All right, my bad. I guess I hit something. I don't know. I just reloaded the project file. But anyway, so again, isotope trash 2 KHS stereo to bring out the stereo. Gates disabled. Don't worry about it. Patcher again. Convolver, as always. Convolver. This is just a different convolver combo, you know, good convolver. But it's not my main one. It's just when I try something new, I guess. So Patcher, you know, another isotope trash. I'm telling you, I spam this all the time. I recommend it. Get it somehow you can get it. Let's see. Yeah, more EQ, change tone. See, like, you change the EQ, changes tone like crazy. G clip, you know, bring keep it from clipping. It doesn't really matter. It's Minatory. I mean, some clipping's okay, but you know, watch it. Be careful. So now that I've showed you the basic rundown of the main bass, which is this main layer, there's always, so when you're making your Minatory bass, a lot of the times you will have a main layer, and I'll show you what I mean, because there's multiple layers here. And of course this one right here is the main right here. All this right here is the main layer. So you definitely hear like shifts in the other sounds melding together, because I have them all going into one. It looks like I don't have anything there. Okay, usually I've got stuff in there, but I guess it's just them melding together in a way. So, you know, here's one of the layers. So this is all the layers without the main one. So it may not sound like much, but trust me, when you just, I'm going to play the main layer, and I'm going to add the layers, so watch. Lift the layers. So, huge difference. Another thing, if you are a beginner, layer, because when I first started, I didn't know what the hell that was. So layering is when you take multiple sounds and you put them together. Think of it, I guess, like a cake, okay? The big cake is like all these sounds in each other, okay? So, you know, very important. If you want your basses to sound better, quote unquote, there's no good bass, but like I'd say that I'm pretty proud of this sound. But layer always, or not always, it's whatever, but I recommend layering. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So layer. So, you know, then, like, you know, that the second drop of the song, I brought in more layers, because I like to add a different taste. Because, you know, you don't want to hear the same sound over and over and over. It's going to get boring. So let me... So don't mind the side chain. So yeah, this looks like it's from Scarred sample pack. So big, you know, shout outs to Scarred. He's a great producer. But anyway, I took his sound and I put it into the bass, and I layered them all together, and it made the Ignorance bass. So it is not complicated at all. It's just because there's not very many tutorials. So I hope I have helped a little bit with the sound design. Now, yeah, I hope I helped with the sound design. And yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how to make a bass from scratch, because I'm sure that didn't really touch the surface very much. It's scratching it, because, you know, how, like, when you're going to go in FL, it's like, what did he teach me? It's like, how am I going to make this bass on my own? It's just like, well, I will show you. So let me show you some stuff. Like, I'll just give you an example. Let's see. Actually, I do, if when I first started, I actually didn't use resampled basses. I used random folly. So hold on. So I, oh my god. So I found maybe an idea for a bass sound. So let me show you what I use for my main stuff. So yeah, I use granulizer. A lot of producers use granulizer, I think, and I mean I do for everything almost. So just this weird ass kick. So let's see. Let me just stretch it out. So whoop, stretch. Okay, maybe not that much. Okay, hello. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's see. And then pitch it down. Okay, maybe it's not. Alright, well here's another way to pitch it down. You can make Minatory basses from literally anything. So here, that's... I don't know, that may not work, but I'm just trying to show you basically. So Patcher, of course, I'm going to show you Patcher. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a soundgodizer here. See, it's already sounding cool, but I think I'm going to change the bass sound, so just give me 1 second. Alright, so I found a sound. Sorry, I had to look through. Let's see. So this is the sound we have. Alright, so now I'm going to get Camel Crusher here. Okay, maybe not that much. Let's pitch it down some. Does nothing. Okay, that's already a sick-ass tone. Alright, so let's base it off of this, and let's start bringing that more, that sound out, I guess, with Soundgodizer. Alright, cool. Now... Alright, cool. Trash now. We're gonna grab trash, too. My bass plugin for almost everything, like I said before. Alright, may not sound like much, but trust me, it will. Now what I'm doing is I'm choosing through the Convolver presets, the amps. And I'm also going, I think that I'm going to grab like EQ, and I'm going to boost. So see, that's changed the tone a lot, and I recommend for more crunchier sounds, I recommend taking an EQ and putting it before a Camel Crusher and boosting the low end. That is something I have also learned. So yeah, cool. So here again, this is what I was talking about. You can use an EQ. Changes the tone completely, even like more than sometimes a Convolver would. So let's see. I want this sound to be lower, so this is another thing I do. I do change my bass sound a lot. What I mean by bass sound, I mean the sound in here. Like, see, you just get like, there you go. The most simple Minatory bass. I'm joking, but you know, that is like pretty simple, like already. But yeah, it basically, after that, like, you basically just refine it now, I'd say. So, another Soundgodizer. Let's go. And another thing you can do is you can open up Edison, you know, play the sound. There you go. And then drag it into here. Oh, yeah. See? That's what I'm talking about. Resample. You resample, you get some... I love that sound. I'm sorry. But that is like the base, no pun intended, of doing Minatory is resample is like anything. Like, you can literally go outside and record anything, and you could probably use the noise around you to make a bass. Like, you don't have to use synths. If you want to use synths, sure. I will say I rarely use synths. I've tried. I just can't get the workflow down. But there you go. So it's already really good. So I don't like that artifact sound. So let's see if there's a way I can get rid of that. So, EQ. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, see, it's a lot more simple when you break it down because there's not many tutorials. So, see if I can find a way to... But yeah, the unfortunate thing is that Soundgoodizer does like to add artifacts. So when you get really into the sound design stuff, you're gonna hear so many artifacts. It's ridiculous. But again, a lot of this is basically, I have pitched it again actually. See, it's been resampled, pitched down, and then piano roll. So see, that doesn't sound as good. It doesn't sound as like rumbly, crunchy. The main sound you want in a Minatory bass. So again, I'd say try and figure out how to get rid of these artifacts. So let's just EQ it again, because why the hell not? Oh yeah, I usually do this. I also put a G clip. So maybe let's try and get rid of this. Okay, get rid of this. Oh yeah, so again, make sure you keep in mind when you resample. Okay, maybe not that much. When you resample, you're basically doing all those effects again on top of each other. So like when you're resampling, you can add more effects on it to make more basses. That's what I usually do. But yeah, that is like the most basic Minatory bass. It is pretty, I think you'd say it's a pretty common sound. But like, there you go. So again, Convolver, Soundgoodizer, any compressor, OTT, whatever you want to use, for tone. EQ the basses and change the tone. Multiband distortion is also pretty good. Like Trash 2. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much not everything, but like the most basic. I feel like this needed to be put out there because there's just not much on how to do Minatory sound design, and I feel like it's like very unknown niche, like underground. So I hope I helped you guys some. I might do more tutorials in the future, like if there's anything I can think of, like mixing and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, I hope I helped you guys, and I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you.